All right, so then you sort of alluded to it, but I guess final thought from me is where do you think we're headed? What's AAC going to look like in 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, so this device mentality that I talk about, I'm preaching it a lot right now. We have to get past it before we're going to see some really interesting innovation. I think that some of the biggest hurdles that we have are getting outside of that device so that we can collaborate better, and we can communicate better, and we can have better information. I think those are big, and it's going to make a big difference. It's about empowering the user and the individuals. So it's not about industry lock-in. It's not about sticking with a vendor. It's about how can we help people solve their own problems. Because if you look at any space, once you start to open those doors and say you can build on this yourself, you can hack on this yourself, you have the information to do what you want with it, that's when things get really interesting. If you talk about video, and there's been television for a long time, but when the internet showed up and then all of a sudden we have YouTube and anybody can make videos however they want, there's some really interesting things that have happened as a result of that. And we've seen a lot of people be able to solve their own problems that nobody else would have ever solved because they have access to a resource. So I think that sort of platformization of AAC is going to be big, and it's going to be really important going forward.
Great. All right. Well, is there anything you'd like to share that I didn't ask?
I guess we'll be at Closing the Gap and ASHA this year if you want to stop by and check out our booth. Love to answer any questions. You can always, if you want to check out the app, it's actually there's a free 2-month trial. So you can sign up for free, use it for 2 months. After that, you can buy long-term, or one of the things we're trying to do is say, if you're not ready to make that sort of commitment, you can actually do a month-to-month purchase of Coughdrop as well. And you can do that for as long as you want. So you could just pay monthly for it forever if that fits your finances better. Trying to get it to a point where a price point where people can afford to pay it themselves. We don't have to worry about insurance and those sort of issues quite as much. At the end of the day, I do feel like there traditionally hasn't been enough energy as far as innovation and usability in this space, but I think that there's a lot of great potential, and I've been excited by some of the people that I've met with lately and talked to, like Discover AAC and some of the other projects, the things that are going forward. So hopefully we can all keep doing that.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas.